Hello, everyone. Welcome to Love Veda TV. Remember, this is where we talk about life issues, life matters. We enlighten people about spirituality. So, if you are new here, consider subscribing and also share our videos so that we can reach, or this message can reach to as many people as possible. So, today I'll be talking about foundations. And you are supposed to understand the foundations are very important in your life. Were it not for the foundation or at the point at which you are today, it is because of the foundations that were laid when you are born. Without foundation, you cannot be who you are today. And therefore, I thought it's wise for me to talk about this topic because some of us are being pulled down by the foundation from there where they come from. Some of us are being struggled even to date by the foundation that were laid from their families. What do I mean by foundations? We may talk about foundations in different angles. There are foundation, house foundations, there are foundations of structures and the like. But today, on my case, I'm talking about human foundations. Which foundations are you being laid on? Because foundations in your life are very important. And if you're not careful, and if you don't deal with the kind of foundation that were laid in your family lineage, and if you're not wise, maybe the kind of the foundations that were laid are wrong foundations. You are founded on the wrong foundation. Remember, each and every house, each and every structure you see, if you just make a pure foundation, automatically you're not going to get a strong structure. You're not going to get a strong house, especially a story houses, whereby you are going past one floor or three or four up to maybe the one you wish to have. You have to lay a very fine and a very good foundation, and before even you lay that foundation, you have to make sure that the place where you are laying foundations, it is a place whereby it is supporting the very foundation. Therefore, today I will be taking you through foundations in life, the foundations of your family, because so many people right now are struggling because of the foundations that are laid from their family lineage. You've been struggling and asking yourself, how am I supposed to be out of this situation? Others are confused because you don't know. It is the foundation that you have founded that is struggling you. For instance, if you read from Judges 6, from verses 1 to 7, all down to verses 25, you read about the story of Gideon. And Gideon was a warrior. And Gideon, being a warrior, there was a time that there was famine in the Israelites and the Midianites and the Philippines used to destroy the Israelites' crops because the Israelites had turned away from God. And so God gave out the Israelites to Midianites' hands. So it came a point whereby now God wanted to save Israelites from the Midianites, and God has to choose Gideon as the savior of this race. And if you read from that chapter, you understand that Gideon was commanded to first of all go and destroy the foundation that he was founded from. Because these foundations were making Gideon not to be firm enough. They had they had blocked Gideon from seeing himself as a warrior. Rather, when God commanded that you were going to save Israelite, he could not have that affirming decision for him to stand as a warrior, because the foundation that he was laid on talked otherwise. So God told Gideon, can you go first of all, do away with your forefather foundations, and then from there I'll make you I'll make you deliver the Israelites. And the same case is happening with us today. Maybe you are there and you've been really struggling. You've tried things, one, two, three out. You've been trying to move from one situation to the other, and you've never dealt with your foundation, the kind of the foundation that were laid from your family. Maybe if you're laid from witchcraft foundations, maybe you are laid from drunkard foundations, maybe you are laid from calamity foundation. Some of you are laid from I mean, what do I state it? Like, you are laid in a foundation where people used to fight each other. There is no way that you can be able to excel in life. And also, if you are laid in a foundation whereby people used to sacrifice to foreign gods and used to do things opposite of how God would wish to have it to be done, you find that even if you try, as much as you try, there will always be a web. There is always be a web that is blocking you from reaching from your destination. It is until now you stand and realize the kind of a foundation that you are laid from. And then, first of all, you deal with this foundation. And how do we deal with foundations? We deal with foundation through sacrifices, through prayers. First of all, you have to pray so that God can enlighten you, the kind of foundation you are laid from. And then from number two, you have to raise sacrifices to God. Raise sacrifices to your God and raise sacrifices to the right altars so that you can be delivered from these wrong foundations. How do you know that you are founded in the wrong foundations, or how do you realize that that there are some foundations that are working or are pulling me back? There are so many things that you're supposed to check in your life. Most of the time, you find that if you're founded in the wrong foundations, or if you're grounded on the wrong foundations from your own home area, you'll find that everything that you try to do in life becomes so tough for you. It becomes so hard. And even if you try some things, you try to do things in your way, or the way you would think, or the way you like, you find that you are not winning the game. Every time that you try businesses or maybe some things in life, you find that they are becoming too hard for you. When you compare yourself with other people, or when you compare yourself with others, you find that there is a problem somewhere. First of all, you're supposed to recheck and go investigate from where you were born. What kind of a foundation are you laid from? And are these foundation talking contrary or opposite of the God's will? Because you can be blessed, you can be a blessed person, but your foundation, the point on which you are being founded, they are talking otherwise. And it becomes very hard for you to succeed in life. And until you realize it and you go deal with those foundations, you find that it is becoming so hard for you. So this channel is an eye-opener. I come to open your eyes so that you can understand. Some of us, you might be struggling so hard with your businesses, with your job areas, even where you are employed. Because if there is a wrong foundation from where you were born, those foundations try to pull you back to pull you back to your home area. They try to pull you back from wherever you are founded, so that you can serve these altars. Because there is no foundation. You're supposed to understand that there is no foundation that can work without an altar. Every foundation is laid, a strong foundation is laid through an altar. Because human foundations, everything that you see in the spiritual, in the physical realm, it is founded in the spiritual realm. So if your parents or your forefathers or your foreparents founded the wrong foundations, you're supposed to understand that however much you try, however much you try to fight, you will always be straining in life. You will always be asking yourself, why is the reason? What's the reason behind that? Others are making it. In fact, at any given time, even when I try to do something very simple, it has become so hard for me. It has become so tough for me. Even if I have all the formula, I have all the money, but whatever I'm trying to do, it is becoming tough for me. Some others might try businesses, some others might be employed, and you find that whenever you are employed, the contract are terminated even before you reach to you help you build yourself up. If it is a business, you find that you incur losses after losses, and it is a point of repeating itself. You find that this thing is repeating itself from one point to the other. First of all, you're supposed to ask yourself the kind of foundation you've laid. What the kind of foundation have you been laid from? And after assessing yourself, go do like the same way that Gideon did. You have to go and recheck. What are those foundations that are pulling me down? What are these kind of foundations that are from my home areas? And after scanning, you go rescan and screen. Check if it is the drunkard foundation, because you cannot be founded from the drunkard foundations and then you become upright. Every time that you look for money and every time you become well up, the spirit of drunkardness, the spirit of drunkardness will search or will do away with your money. Every time that you try to concentrate on something positive, you find that this spirit will go after you. And it doesn't matter when you have a wrong foundations or when a foundations is controlling you, because I have told you, an a foundation will always control you from a base of an altar. And another time I told you what is an altar. An altar, it is where spirituality meets divinity. And everything that you see, it is controlled from a certain area or a certain call of, I mean, from a certain powerful altar. Be it your family, be it the field, be it even the country, even the governorship you see in the country. It is controlled from a certain altar. And these altars are the one that builds foundations. And if these altars are founded on the wrong ways or in the wrong directions, maybe these people used to service these people used to service for used to sacrifices to do sacrifices to the wrong god, or they used to service wrong altar. You find that this altar will try to direct you into a wrong direction. And from there, they will give those foundation power to control you. So even if you try as much as you can, you'll find that you are always controlled. There is a certain inner force or a certain force that is controlling you. And this is a deep secret about humanity and human race, because many people don't tend to think or don't tend to believe that there is an altar controlling their life, or they will not even believe of these issues of foundation. And therefore, we find that most of the time, these people will go a very wrong way and they will really struggle and they will get tough times. And if you, at any given time, if you want to pull down or break down these foundations and wrong altars, you have also to deal, first of all, you have to do a sacrifice to do away with these wrong altars. And then from there, you raise your own altar, godly altar, like the way Gideon did. Therefore, from there, you can be able to command, or you can be able to raise your voices and they can be heard. You can be able to command prayers, and your prayers will reach to the destination, or they will affect to the point that you like or you will wish it to affect. But if you don't have a controlling altar, or if you not raise your own altar, you find that it is very hard for you. It is very hard for you to conquer whatever you want to conquer, because this world is controlled um, from realms that we cannot see with our physical eyes. We cannot see from our physical eyes, but you can see from the inner eyes, from your spiritual eye. You can be able to detect and you can be able to get what I'm talking about, because life is spiritual. Because before you get into physical, everything you see on earth is a delayed spirituality. It was first of all done in the spiritual. That is the reason as to why when you are asleep, God tried to bring or to open your eyes into the realm of the spirit, so that He can be able to bring out or to screen whatever is happening in the realm of the spirit, so that you can deal with these things before they happen. They will be brought to you so that it can happen. I mean, before they happen, or before they happen, you have dealt with them, because we are past the spirituality. On us, on our side, we are living past the spirituality. Things happen in the spiritual realm first, and then from there, they are triggered in the physical realm. So you find that if you are able to attack things in the realm of the spirit before they happen in the physical, you'll be able to conquer. And that's the reason as to why you are always told before you start the day. We have four phases of the day. But there is the last phase, or the first phase. We call it the first and the last phase. That is from 9 p.m. to around 12 p.m. This is where you attack, or you'll be able to pray certain things, or you'll be able to control certain things in your life for you to open a new day. If you're not aware of this and you're not wise spiritually to understand this, then you will be able to lose. Therefore, let's get back there to the point of foundation. And let me tell you this, like, if you're founded, and most of the people from African race, or let me call Africa culture, most of us, we are founded on the wrong foundation, because before we were enlightened and before we knew about Jesus Christ, so many people used to service wrong altars, or witchcraft altars, or other altars, other gods that were falling. We never knew about them. So some of them used to service these gods, thinking these are real cultures. But you find that these were altars, or were gods that were surfaced so that they can control their lives and they can keep on catching these people. So you find that most of the African race, or African cultures are tied behind certain foundations, certain long foundations. And until you rise and try to go beyond that, you find that it becomes very hard for you to achieve some things in life. But it is good that today we have an eye opener. We can be able to share these things all together. And it is always very wise when you get the directions and you know the way to go about life. When you understand about this, you start taking a different direction. Start building yourself up. Go and bring down all these wrong foundations. Be like Gideon. Go and bring down and destroy these wrong foundations. Start building your foundations, so that you can control your life, and also your generation's life. You can change your life. You can change your life from where you are right now, all the way to your generations and generations and after generations. And when you do that, I know the people who will come after you will have a cause to enjoy, because there is nothing as bad as when you have around when you're founded on a wrong foundation. There are points in life that you cannot go. There are kind of things that you cannot achieve in life however much you try to perfect, or however much you are gifted, or however much you are powerful in that formula or in that format, you will not be able to go as far as you may think, or as far as you want. Therefore, it is always very wise. Go reassess yourself. Go check on which foundation am I founded. Am I founded on the right foundation? Am I founded on the wrong foundations? What kind of foundation am I lying on? Because as much as you try, if a house is founded on a wrong foundations and you keep on adding more stories and stories and you keep on adding more weight, at one given point it will collapse. And because I don't want you to collapse, I have come here today to enlighten you that there is a way that you can do. There is a formula changer, a game changer in your life. There is a way that you can approach life in a different way. Maybe you have really struggled for so many years, and maybe after getting this message, you'll re-trigger yourself again. You will reassess yourself again, and you rise up, strive making your ways in a new format, in a new directions, and you you start building new foundations in your life, and your life will change, and it will change automatically. And not only your life will change, but also your siblings' life and your generation and generation after generation's life. If our forefather knew about this and they did it in the right way, they made it the kind of the foundation they found. If they found the wrong foundation and then they made them, and they try to restructure them in a different way. Right now, maybe we will not be talking of the same story we are talking right now. So therefore, it is always very wise, because it is never too late. In the physical realm, it's never too late. And the good thing is that God has given us the repentance nature. That every time that you found there is something that is struggling in your life, you find that there is something that is working opposite of your life. You're supposed to calm down, calm and restructure yourself. Ask for forgiveness, start building yourself up again, and you'll find that you're winning the game. But if you just stick to the same position, automatically there are going to be a lot of struggle. But I tell you, as much as you're going to stand strong, fight as strong enough, you're going to bring these foundations down, you're going to rise up again, and you're going at the end of it all, you're going to win. Because foundation, foundation really matters in your life. And it depends on the kind of the foundations that you're going to lay, even in your marriage, even in your life, even in the way you're working. The kind of foundation you understand. If right now I start a business, for instance, I say I start a service giving business. I'm offering services to people, or I'm selling certain goods, I'm selling certain things. It will depend on the kind of the foundation that I'm going to lay for that business. It will depend on the kind of foundation I'm going to lay for that services offering business. If I lay wrong foundation, then that will determine the kind of how far that business is it will go. Because if I start by denying or I lying to people, then I've laid a foundation of lies, and automatically, that business or that business cannot go far. Because when people start understanding, or start understanding that your business is based on lies, then you'll not have enough customers. You'll not be able to expand. Your business is not going to expand. But if you base your business or you base your services on the truth, on the right foundation based on God, and talking, I'm performing in the right way, you'll find that you're going to excel in that business. What do I want to mean here? I'm just giving a few examples here and there. I'm giving a retouch of few examples so that you can understand how important the foundation from where you are founded is. But for me, right now, I'm talking about the foundation from where you're born. Foundation from your village. Even if you're born from town, they were where you are founded. Go recheck from where you are founded, from where your forefathers were from. When you understand those foundations, then you'll be able to refocus and you'll be able to change life. You'll be able to change things. Because if your foundation is under curse, it becomes very hard for you to progress in life. You understand that so many in the Bible, we have so many areas that the Bible talks about certain foundation. You find that someone like like Abraham, from the kind of a foundation he laid, that foundation came later to affect the fourth generation that were after him. You find like someone like Noah, the spirit of drunkenness, it was a kind of foundation. And this thing is affecting it's affecting people even right now. You understand the story of Noah when he got drunkard and one of the sons saw him naked, the lastborn. And you understand that all the people who are generated from that lineage, you see, first of all, the generation of drunkardness, because that's a foundation, it's a stronghold. There's a stronghold that the devil demons are using. And by stronghold, I mean that's what the demons can hold on and declare that we are legally here. We have not just come here by the sake of it, but we are legally commissioned to be here. And demons just don't be in certain place just like that. They hold themselves on a certain foundation. So you find that on the issue of Noah, there was a foundation of drunkenness, and this foundation of drunkenness came about to bow the fruits of curses. Because when if not Noah was not drunkard, the lastborn could not have seen him naked. Therefore, you really need to understand and you really need to deal with this foundation as early as enough. You find that some of us, we are founded in the wrong foundation, whereby we used to service wrong gods and you used to service wrong altars. And these altars generated or brought about diseases. And therefore, in your lineage or in your family lineage, you are being followed by certain diseases that become so tough for you. And they attack people depending on certain age. When you get to a certain age, you find that you are bowing to the very disease. Therefore, it's very, 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 very important that you understand your foundation, because you cannot be able to be who you are, or you cannot be able to be who God created in you without first of all dealing with your foundation. If you have the wrong foundation, it is until you deal with this foundation so that God can raise you. Or it is not even being raised, it's all about breaking your limits or removing the web that is covering you up. You find that if you have the wrong foundation bring about or they give out a certain altar's power, and then they bring about cover. They cover you or they bowed you from seeing forward. They bowed you from refocusing, and they bowed you from being who you would be. You find that someone was meant to be a very great person. You were meant to be a very great doctor. You were meant to be a very great preacher. You were meant to be a very great business person, so forth and so forth. But because of the wrong foundation that you are founded on, you find that it becomes very hard for you. There is a web always that blocking you. And when you are trapped on the web, you find that it is very hard for you to progress because there is a block in your life. But if you become wise enough as you listen to this kind of teachings, you go reassess yourself, go back to the drawing board, know where you found it, and try to understand the foundation from your family. And from there, you can be able to move on. You will be able to make steps and stride in your life. That's the reason as to why you find that some people are making strides in their life. And you are wondering, this person, the other day we used to be my friend, but right now we cannot compare. He is so much ahead because the kind of foundation he is being laid on are totally different foundations, and maybe they are positive foundation compared with you, and you yourself you have not dealt with these foundations. Therefore, this is a very broad topic. It is a very wide topic, and maybe if God blesses me, I will come with more details about this. But as per or at which point I've reached, I know you've understood what are the foundations and what are the wrong foundations. And if you are there, you are wrong founded on the wrong foundations, and you've been struggling and you've been asking yourself what to do. Now you have the eye lightening. You just go check the kind of foundations that are in your home area. Go and raise your altar. The only solution to do away with the wrong foundations is to raise an altar. Go, first of all, consult and pray to God that He shows you the way, like the way Gideon did. Because God will always show you the way. He will always open your eyes. He will always remove those webs. And when He do it, you find that you get your way out. After doing that, you'll find that your life will start enlightening, because even some of us are their stars are being covered by these foundations. Your star cannot be able to shine any further. It was covered. It was dirtied. It was dirtified. So it becomes so hard for you to progress in life. Therefore, here in Laveda TV, we always enlighten people, give people enlightenment about their lives, and it's very important because when I'm doing this, I feel so happy because maybe at one given point, uh, I was tired by those foundations, and after identifying that the way I can deal away with them, it is also very important not to be selfish. Can you enlighten your colleague? Can you enlighten your other people? Let them understand what are foundation, because there are people. There were times I really used to struggle with this kind of messages. I could not get someone who could talk to me like this. And if I did get someone who was like the way now I am enlightening you, maybe my life could not have been where I am. I could have just have made some strides ahead of me. Yeah, so it's very wise. You trust these these messages. You trust this video so that it can help in your life. I know sometimes it is tough. It is really tough to deal with foundation, but if you're founded or you stand in the basis of Christ, you'll be able to fight them down. You'll be able to fight them down, and from there your life will have a meaning. It will be a meaningful life, and you have a change. Therefore, I'm so glad, I'm so happy to have enlightened you today, and I know I have gotten something out of this video, and you keep on being enlightened in this. So keep on following more of our videos and keep on following our channel. Share our videos, like our videos, and also comment. If you have something, maybe you find that there is something that you've not understood, or there is something that you would like me to enlighten you about, or something you would like me to go in details, just comment down there, and then I'll be glad to just take you through. And I know, according to how God have helped me, or according to how God have enlightened me, because You can only get this information if God enlighten you. I will just advise you and I will just direct you as much as God can direct me. So therefore, from wherever you're watching us from, feel free. And I know these videos are going to help you. So thank you very much and welcome, and God bless you.